Welcome to Around Kansas. I'm Deb Goodrich, coming to you once again from the Fort Wallace Museum. And this is the Ruth Jackson Reading Room of the Captain Miles Keogh Research Library. We're very, very proud of this. A couple of things that I wanted to mention to you today. The latest issue of Wagon Tracks. Isn't that beautiful? That cover photo of burning in the Flint Hills from Jim Richardson. Jim is another one of those Kansas treasures. His work has appeared in National Geographic, among other incredible publications. This is the quarterly magazine for the Santa Fe Trail Association. And once again, folks, it is marking the 200th anniversary of the Santa Fe Trail through 2025. So coming up this September is a great symposium over in Independence, Missouri, and the focus will be art and the Santa Fe Trail. I'm so excited about that. My favorite mug that I have coffee in most mornings is a George Caleb Bingham. It's got one of the Bingham paintings depicted on the side, and I just love it. And of course, Bingham is one of those important artists along the trail. So anyhow, this issue of Wagon Tracks, and you would get that every quarter if you were a member of Santa Fe Trail Association. So that's just one of the perks. Honestly, it is worth the money just to get Wagon Tracks. Ruth Friesen is the editor. I can't even tell you what a great job she does. Okay, the cool thing, there's a lot of cool stuff, but this is a very, very cool article. Authentic copies found of the Kansa or Kaw treaties of October 28, 1815 and August 16, 1825. And those are in the Kaw City Museum, just across the line in Kaw City, Oklahoma. And there are pictures of the treaties, very, very important treaties that are in this little bitty museum in Kaw City. So when you go by these little museums on the side of the road, never discount what you might find. They're just treasures to be found anywhere and everywhere. And Steve Schmidt did this wonderful article. It is so, so interesting. I was very excited. I got to hear Steve speak about this, and it was just mind-blowing. I'm so excited about that. Some of the other things that I wanted to mention to you, once again, some of the events coming up, of course, Historic Lecompton, this coming Sunday. I believe, is this the Sunday where my good friend Ken Gott will be speaking? And I'm very excited about that, and I'm going to try to be there. The Lecompton Lecture Series is one of the best, and you've still got a couple of Sundays to take advantage of that. So please do, if you get the chance, please do take advantage of that and stop by. And so many other cool things going on. Here at the museum, we were actually in this room folding newsletters the other day and putting the newsletters in the mail for all the great stuff that we've got coming up. And while we were doing that, Jane Pierce, who is our president here, was attending a Northwest Kansas Museum Coalition meeting, and they were talking about all the cool things coming up. And I think it's April 28th and 29th. The Threshers folks up at St. Francis, is that right, are having a Civil War weekend. Really, really cool stuff. I'm going to share that on Facebook with you because it looks really interesting. But all of our communities and museums, of course, as spring comes on, are going to be gearing up for some really cool stuff. Well, I had asked folks to contribute things to our videos, to contribute your videos and photographs. And I want to once again direct you to our cover photos on the Around Kansas Facebook page. And every now and then I just go through and I look at all those cover photos. I swear, if we put out an album of those cover photos, nothing would give you an idea of the scope and diversity of Kansas like those cover photos because they come from all of you. And wherever the sun is setting, making the sky fire red, the deer are jumping, the fish are running, whatever is going on around Kansas, you people are capturing it and sharing it. The lightning strikes, spring's coming, so we'll get those storm clouds in with the fantastic formations, and you all just do a beautiful job of capturing those. So you do such a good job with that. We want your videos too. And of course, one of the folks who we have come to rely on, Nick Abt. And Nick is absolutely wonderful. Like myself, he is a Kansas transplant. And he sees the beauty and the stunning and interesting geography all over the state of Kansas and shares it. He's got a Facebook page, Scenic Kansas, and now he has Nick Abt Films, or maybe it's just Abt Films, on YouTube. So he's allowing us to share his work on YouTube, and then I want you to go and visit his channel too. We're very proud of Nick. Our commercials Nick does, and I take credit for having discovered Nick. That may not be exactly accurate, but nonetheless, it doesn't stop me from taking credit. I could not be prouder of that boy if I were his mama. Seriously. He does such beautiful work. So please, please, please enjoy his videos, visit his site, let Nick know what a wonderful job you think he does, and he gets to some really cool places. This one is the Lehigh-Portand Trail, and I'll bet a lot of you folks have never heard of it because he gets to a lot of places that folks have never heard of. So let's sit back and take a look at Nick's beautiful work.
Hi, my name is John Leahy. I'm the Director of Trails for Thrive Allen County, and I've had the privilege to be the steward of the Lehigh-Portand Trails for the last year and a half. The Lehigh-Portand Trails is the 360 acres surrounding this beautiful lake you can see over here. It consists of about 14.5 miles of trails and obviously this beautiful lake. The majority of the people who use the trails right now are hikers and bikers, especially mountain bikers. There are 12.5 miles of natural surface trails or single track, and it's a huge draw to the area because mountain biking is huge in this area. There's something here for everybody. There's a lot of geological history. There's a cave, plenty of water recreation opportunities, whether that be fishing, kayaking, paddle boarding. The trails are very dog friendly. If you're a dog lover, we love to see dogs out here on the trails. One of the really awesome parts of this trail that we have for fossil hunters. This is an excellent place to find fossils from the Western Interior Seaway. We're lucky enough in the Lehigh-Portand Trails to have a myriad of different ecosystems. We have prairie environments, we have forest environments, we have the lake environments, we have stream environments, and we also have the cave environment. So this is a very unique piece of land when it comes to Southeast Kansas. John Brown's Cave is another point of interest on our trails. It has a long and storied history as a picnic spot dating all the way back to the early 1900s. The Boy Scouts and plenty of people used to use that as a picnic spot. Lehigh has a really long history. Back in the 1800s, one of the first people to document this space was Zebulon Pike. He made mention of camping near Elm Creek, which is just to the north of us here. And in 1900, the cement factory, Iola Portland Cement Factory, started here and started developing this. After the closure in 70, it started filling with water and started leasing. And then in 2014, Thrive started developing trails on it, and it's grown into that 14.5 miles of trails that you'll see here today. About a year and a half ago, Thrive started to have conversations with the Kansas Department of Wildlife and Parks about making this into a state park, because we wanted the area to be more accessible and get into more of the recreational activities that we hope we can offer here on this beautiful property. We need Kansas to understand that our land is one of the best resources we have, and this is an excellent opportunity. This is such a diverse landscape that we want to protect it in perpetuity for all generations to come.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Deb Goodrich, and I will see you somewhere around Kansas. Bye-bye.
In 1821, a trade route was opened from Missouri in the United States across prairies and mountains to Mexico. In 2021, we will mark 200 years of epic conflicts and grand adventures, larger-than-life personalities, and sweeping landscapes. Join us on an historic journey. The Santa Fe Trail lives on.
Find us on social media or santafetrail.org.
Okay, looks like it's time for our tour. Welcome to the Fort Wallace Museum. Here at the museum, you're going to find some really interesting stuff, like our replica stagecoach from the Butterfield Overland Dispatch. We've got facades from the fort buildings. We've got an 1870s flag. There's a plesiosaur that was discovered locally. We've got the Ray pump organ collection. We're a little bitty place with a great big story, and we'd love to have you.
Welcome to the Western Kansas Wildlife Travel Center, right here in my hometown of Oakley, Kansas. We're the front door of Western Kansas, located on 3 main highways, I-70, US 83, and US 40. And all those roads lead to history, beautiful scenery, and adventure, no matter which direction you go. We now have an IHOP. That brand that you've trusted up and down the road in all your travels is staffed with local folks, real people just like you and me, and we're waiting on you to join us. So for fun, adventure, fuel up, fuel your body, and let's have some fun.
Dorothy Street.
Today Around Kansas starts with a look at the Greenfield Opera House, built in 1887. Next, meet Kansan Frank Worth, an Elvis impersonator with a mission to make sure no